You're listening to Path to Self, Becoming Our True Selves with Mark Lighton. Reflections on soul work, spiritual return, and the slow unfolding of becoming.
Welcome to Path to Self, Becoming Our True Selves. I'm Mark Lighton, and I'm not here to teach or preach. I'm just someone finding my way back to practices that helped me feel more present, more honest with myself. I'm 58 years old. I've worked many steady jobs over the years, from manufacturing and graphic design to retail and creative freelancing, from entry level to management. And right now I work in a grocery store. It's not glamorous, but it's honest. I've lived through a stroke, I'm autistic, and I've lived with frequent bouts of depression and anxiety and a general lack of direction. I was always waiting for that big change that would make everything right. I grew up just outside of Syracuse, New York, and now live under the Carolina blue skies of North Carolina. This podcast isn't about giving answers. It's about opening a space to reflect, to remember, to reconnect. Over the years, I've trained in and practiced many tools: energy healing, intuitive development, sound and color therapy, deep journaling, and other more esoteric modalities. They weren't just ideas to me, they were lifelines. They helped me navigate illness, burnout, the disorientation of awakening, and stretches of silence I didn't know how to fill. And then, like a lot of us, I stopped using them. Not out of rejection, just life getting in the way. It got easier for a while, or maybe I just drifted. But then I began hearing that small inner nudge again, that voice saying, "Hey, come back." That return began about 8 months ago when I created my blog, Little Wise Guy. It's a space for soul-deep reflections on healing, growth, and finding your way back to who you really are, one gentle truth at a time. As current events and modern life pull us away from that inner knowing, I felt called to share some of what I learned in the hope it might help someone else reconnect to their true self. Now, this podcast feels like the next step in that journey. Not something planned, but something called. A way to give voice to what I've lived through and to explore how the tools and techniques I write about show up in real life. Because it's one thing to read a book or attend a workshop and feel inspired about how things are going to change, and another thing entirely to keep going when life hits you in the face, when you don't have time or energy, space, or support, when you're trying to hold on to transformation in the middle of ordinary chaos. So this is me coming back, not with a big plan, not to perform, just to reconnect with the practices that once helped me shift my consciousness and see more clearly, and to find out what they mean now. In Hermeticism it is said, "The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding." And I think that is the kind of space I want to hold here, quiet enough to hear something deeper. Each episode I'll explore a tool or practice, maybe one I wrote about on the blog, maybe one I'm just rediscovering now. I'll talk about how it's showing up in my life, how it challenges me, and what it might offer you if you're walking a similar path. This is for the ones doing the inner work quietly, for neurodivergent mystics, tired healers, spiritual folks who don't fit the mold, for anyone who just wants to remember who they are and live from that place. There's no pressure here, no fixing, no performance, just a gentle return to the body, to the breath, to the self, to the path. If you're interested in reading the blog, find it at littlewiseguy.com. Before we close, I want to take a moment to honor two people who have deeply shaped my path, Drs. Tracy Latz and Marianne Ross. So much of what I've learned, what I practice, and what I'm returning to now was introduced to me through their gentle, generous teaching. Their work has always come from a place of real humility and a deep desire to help others reconnect with themselves. If you're curious, you can find them at shiftyourlife.com. Thanks for being here. Tune in next time where our journey together will begin.
This has been Path to Self. If something stirred in you today, you're not alone. You can find more reflections and resources at littlewiseguy.com. Until next time, be gentle, be real, and stay curious.